Yo, what's up, Pennies to Plenty community? Today we have two of Sacramento's top content creators here in the building coming to share their story. We got Morgan Got Game on the left, and we got Jaeloni on the right. How y'all doing?
Doing good, man. Feeling good. Feeling blessed. Nigga.
That's what I'm talking about. Man, it's funny because before, I knew you guys as big time content creators. I actually knew you guys like by running to y'all in the gym and out in the streets and stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? So I get to see you guys on a different perspective than maybe some of your fans may see. You know what I mean? I don't know you guys too intricately, but I know you're on a level that you guys are touchable. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I've had conversations, so it's gonna be a real good interview, and I'm excited for y'all to be here on my soul. So thank you.
Yeah.
All right. What got you guys into content creating? I know you guys started at different time periods. You feel me? So maybe we'll start with Jaeloni, or not Jaeloni, but Morgan first, because you said you've been in content for 8 years.
8 years.
So yeah, let's go there. Let's see what you got to say about that. So what got you into content creating, brother?
Well, for starters, it all started as just an idea. I was just laying in my room. It was during COVID, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't doing any type of Instagram reels or anything. I was just sitting in my room, and I wanted to be a YouTuber at the time. And this was 2019, and this was freshly, like I was a sophomore in high school, and they called like the lockdown. I'm staring at my ceiling, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just do YouTube for the love of the game. And I was just making reaction videos, you know what I'm saying? So pretty much it was just an idea, and I just, took a shot at it, and sky was the limit from there. Yeah. Honestly.
And you said this was 2020, right?
2019, 2020. Okay. I was around 16 years old.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I be forgetting, 2020 ain't really that long ago,
Nah, man. Yeah.
Definitely. So damn, that probably started a lot of people's journey too, right there in 2019, 2020. Because of the fact that there was nothing to do outside of just being at home. Yeah. So that's a perfect time to breed content creators. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
She's serious. So.
I agree.
Damn. So, you said you've been this for about 8 years, right?
Yes.
And then how about you, Jaeloni? How long have you been doing content creating for?
I'm 4 years deep, dog.
Okay.
I'm 4 years deep. So I started in 2022. Honestly, like I started in a period of my life where it was like very dark, dude. So like I wasn't between like from 2020 to 2022, bro, it was like the worst years of my life, dude.
Yeah.
I done lost my job dealing with COVID. I stopped fucking with an old group of niggas that I used to fuck with from high school and shit like that. So I was going through like a period of time where niggas was just like experimenting. I went from boxing, and then I had to quit boxing because I had to start working and shit. And then eventually 2022, I decided to start doing content creation. But I was in a bad spot, man. Like there was a huge like lack of support. Yeah. All that, man. But I knew that I had a knack for like acting and also like recording stuff and editing. Like I just wanted to also like put my stories out there and put stuff out there for people to like enjoy, bro, because like there was in that period of time, dude, I used to sit down and watch people who I enjoyed when I was depressed, and them niggas would make me happy, bro.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do the same for a lot of people, man. You know what I mean? Be a lot of their light in their in their darkness, bro. Yeah. So, like I'm just a really creative ass dude. Same thing with this nigga. So right as soon as I started doing this shit, I did a couple solo vids that did they did well. But once when me and Morgan got together, and I was just like, bro, we gotta start doing videos. This nigga didn't want to do it at first, bro. This nigga was scared for some reason.
Well, what you mean? Like he didn't want to? Because he was starting videos first, right?
Yeah.
So what you mean? He didn't want to do videos with you, or he didn't want to like? What you mean?
He didn't want to start doing skits because he felt skits. Like he was just nervous for some reason. He didn't. I don't know. He just didn't like the skits that we were doing. Yeah. I guess it was. I don't know. He just said he was nervous for whatever reason.
What do you think it was, Morgan?
Well, it all came down to like he would push ideas that we wanted to do, but I felt like it was a little bit too harsh for like a certain audience. You know what I'm saying? Like me, because I just wanted to do YouTube. That's all. I just wanted to be a YouTuber, and then he just talked me into just posting on Instagram. I'm like, I don't know if I want to post on Instagram. Yeah. And he was like, no, you got to post on Instagram. Like, just try. And I was like, okay.
So when you first started, you wasn't posting on the gram. You were just on YouTube.
Nah, I just had a regular Instagram. Wow. I was just trying to promote my YouTube channel on my Instagram.
Yeah, I see.
I had no form of just dropping on reels. I didn't want to do it.
And then real quick, so Jaeloni, you were talking about how you were going through a tough patch, right, in life, but your brother here you guys are brothers, correct?
Yeah.
I didn't even know if I could reveal that or not, but just to let
no,
y'all
we're
know,
blood brothers.
These are blood brothers. You feel what I'm saying? Like no step or anything like that. That's interesting. So your brother Morgan is sitting here doing videos. You're going through a tough, depressed time. You get what I'm saying? Like you were saying, when you decided to switch into, you know, this content creating game, was your brother ever on your mind? Did he ever inspire you to get into it?
Yeah. I used to see this nigga doing vids like in his room consistently. Like sometimes I'll even barge in this room. This nigga's doing a mid video. This nigga, hey man, and guys, he'll look at me and be like, I'm like, what's going on? Bro, I'm making a vid, nigga. Get the fuck out. Like, that nigga be hot, bro. Yeah, but, like, I used to see him making his vids and shit, and I'm just like, man, I wonder what that's like. Yeah. And I was nervous as fuck. But instead, like, right as soon as I started getting my reps in and shit, and then all the stuff that I done been through, all the, like, the people that done slime me out, the betrayal, all the fucked up shit, all the adversity, like, nigga, I use that as motivation to just keep going, bro.
Yeah. And so Morgan, you see your brother, right, getting into the content creating game and occupying that space that you're in, right? How do you aid him? You get what I'm saying? What are some of the advice that you give to him? You know what I mean? Starting off when he's getting into it, just like yourself.
When he first started out, I just pulled him to the side and I was like, hey man, just be you in front of the camera. Really, like, just be yourself. Always be yourself. Mm-hmm. Be authentic in what you do, and study certain people that you want to build your material around and make it into your own. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like, just never quit on yourself, and like, just be you in front of the camera. Yeah. And it doesn't matter like what kind of how many views you get. Eventually, something's going to pop. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if it's 500 people watching you. Still record. Yeah. Record and just dissect people that do skits before you. Mm-hmm. That's how I looked at it. That's all I told him. You know what I mean? And be consistent. Yeah.
That's interesting. You know what's funny? And obviously you guys are brothers, so it's easy for you to not like look at your brother as competition when he occupies the same space as you. But unfortunately, there are people in his world, when you occupy a space that they're in, they don't necessarily want to give you the game and help you or hold some type of envy or jealousy behind closed doors. You feel what I'm saying? Behind the mask. You know, like, how do you guys, like, you know, stay away from people like that? You know what I mean? But also too, like, you know, you didn't do that. You guys don't do that with each other. I remember when we were talking at the gym, right, before you guys got to the height that you're at, Jaeloni, you were telling me, this is actually before I even met Morgan, you know what I mean? You were telling me like, hey, my brother does content creating. I'm trying to be just like him. You feel what I'm saying? If not bigger, you get what you feel me? It was always positive. You know, you were always like, look what my brother's doing. You know, Morgan got it going on. I'm trying to get there just like him.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
and he would push me, man.
Yeah, you feel me? So going back to that question that I was initially asking, like, how do you stay away from people, you know what I mean? How do you identify those type of people, you know what I mean, who have those type of characteristics, you feel me?
So usually, bruh, like, I done dealt with a lot of bitch ass niggas, man. So it's like, nigga, it's usually in the eyes and the tone. But also, I think what it is too, like, Morgan doesn't have this specific gift that I got. So I got this shit from my mom. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a spiritual thing where you can sense it. Hits me in the center of my chest. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I can sense when somebody has ill intentions. Like, I could tell when somebody, it's like a spiritual radar almost, bruh. It's like, it's called discernment or something like
discernment,
that.
Yep.
But it's usually in the way like a nigga's eyes set. Like, some niggas' eyes are like snake-like. Like, niggas have like a certain snake look. Yeah. And then you could tell like these niggas ain't good people. And I'm just like, yeah. And I'll tell Morgan, or Morgan will see some shit and he'll be like, hey man, like, nigga, I don't know if we like this nigga, bro. You know what I mean? We ain't gotta be around this nigga, and I won't step foot around this nigga. You know what I mean? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's always love and positivity first. But I didn't have some people that didn't try to really like infiltrate some shit or try and fuck up what I got going on some hating ass shit and just jealousy, bro. And I don't know why. It's just like, I've had OGs tell me like, nigga, like, bro, there's certain people like, niggas got the light of God in them. You see what I'm saying? Like me and Morgan and you. So some people will see that shit and be like, you know what, hey dog, Like, nigga, I see you doing well and shit, nigga, but I just gotta slime you out, nigga. Like, nigga, yeah, for no reason though.
I never. That's a crazy thought process right there.
Yeah, do you see what I'm saying? We don't understand that. We don't see the way that niggas see the world. Those type of niggas see the world. That's not for us to understand.
Yeah.
We're good people. You see what I'm saying? So these niggas are evil. These niggas are literally like agents of chaos, bro.
What type of advice would you give to somebody that, you know, is, you know, trying to backdoor or maybe like infiltrate or have some type of secret envy, you know what I mean, towards you when you are just focused on reaching your goal? Like, what would you, if somebody, like, say if
was
somebody
dealing with something like that?
Well, right now, you know what I mean? Like, say if somebody was like trying to do that to you guys right now and you didn't know, and I'm making you aware of it right now.
Yeah.
What would you want to tell them? You feel what I'm saying?
Like, tell somebody that's trying to backdoor me?
Yeah. Like, say if you knew, like right now, if I was like, such and such is trying to backdoor you guys, you get what I'm saying? They don't have the best intentions for you, yada, yada, yada. Like, what would you tell them? You know what I mean? Like,
I would just be like, hey, man, hey, thanks for telling us. Hey, I didn't know that this shit was going on. Or, you know what I mean? I'll just, I would literally inform Morgan. I would be like, hey, man, we can't be doing this no more. Yeah. Like, niggas just got to exit you see what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be around that. Like, niggas like that will make sure you do not go up at all, bro. Yeah. Like, bro, and it sucks because of my experience. All the people that I have dealt with that are literally my greatest arch nemesis, nigga, and I hate the fact that they are all the same fucking skin color as me, nigga. You see what I'm saying? So it hits harder for me.
Yeah, you know,
that shit fucking breaks my heart.
Zacchaeus was on. He was talking about, and I know you guys have done like skits and stuff with Zacchaeus. I know you guys have tapped in with him.
Yeah.
But he was on, and in his interview, you guys will see he was talking about how, you know, when people be rapping, we be just rapping about the extinction of ourselves. You feel what I'm saying? Man. And that's important. You know, we got to stop hating on each other. You know, we don't see. I feel like when a whole bunch of Asian people get together or Indian people get together, right? They can all have a good time, you know what I mean, whatever race, but it's almost like we can have a good time too, but at the same time it comes with
there's always a monkey ass nigga willing to fuck it up.
You feel me? So I thought that was interesting. Alright, so now let's move on to the next thing. You know, I kind of got ahead of myself a little bit. You know, did you guys grow up in Sacramento? What schools did you go to? We'll start with Morgan, and then we'll go with Jaeloni.
Yes, I was born in Sacramento, California. I went to Golden Empire Elementary School. Middle school, I went to Albert Einstein. And high school, I went to Rosemont High School. And I played basketball in high school. I ran track in high school.
Oh, in track?
Yeah.
Okay, so which one do you like more, you think? I did, by the way, real quick before we get into that, I actually did basketball and track as well. Those are the main two sports that I played. I did play a little bit of football, not contact. My aunt would never let me play. She didn't want me to get no concussion and fucking up my brain, you know. Your mind is a powerful thing. I appreciate her for it. But I did play flag football, you feel me? But the two predominant ones I played was basketball and track. But why did you choose basketball over track? I mean, you do more basketball now.
Yeah, I was I've been playing basketball since I was 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? I got into basketball just by playing NBA 2K. I think it was 12.
Oh, yeah,
we was on
it was 12. It was 12
every day.
12 was hard. Was that was the cover with Kobe?
Michael Jordan.
It was Jordan.
Oh, that was MJ.
It was Michael Jordan. And then after that day, I just been playing basketball, man. So I just always liked basketball. And then track, I only did that just to stay in shape post basketball season, because our coach was like, hey man, you want to stay in shape, get on the track team.
Go my soul.
So that's what I did, bro.
A lot of y'all don't know, I ain't gonna lie, Morgan humbled the fuck out of me before I knew he was, like I said, I knew these guys before they were big time content creators, right? But Morgan humbled me. I gotta give you your flowers right now. Remember we pulled up to the park?
Yes.
We hooped? I was talking so much shit, I was like, I'm gonna give it to you, bro. I'm really nice, you know. Morgan is probably one of the only people, and there's a couple people, you know what I mean, but he's one of those people that I can say he really got game. Like, his name fits, like, for real, for real. If anybody go play him one-on-one, I've never seen him in a 5-on-5 setting outside of him playing, like, you know, like adult league or whatever, but playing him one-on-one, you really get to see why he's so hard to play against. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, I'm shorter. Obviously, he was able to, you know, back me down, but I'm strong. You get what I'm saying? So it gets to a certain point. But outside of just him being taller than me, brother can shoot. dribble, physical. You get what I'm saying? And you can definitely tell like the mentality is there. You know what I mean? Like your work ethic. I watched some of your basketball clips that you post up, right? Not all these YouTubers. You feel what I'm saying? Some of these like Flight. I used to watch Flight when I was
for real.
I love Flight, bro. I fuck with Flight. I used to watch Pretty Boy Fredo a lot. You know what I mean? Until the whole DDG shit happened. You know, like. And I don't want to really get too far into that because it's about y'all. But that DDG shit kind of really exposed, like, you know, character. You feel what I'm saying? For me, when it came to the basketball shit, Fredo kind of got angry at it. But that ain't nothing, you know? This whole premise is about you and the basketball shit. Morgan got game on my soul. And I just want to let everybody know that, you know what I mean, before we continue this.
Appreciate that, bro.
Stop playing with this, man. Put some respect on his name.
Yes.
So... real quick, let's give it to Jaeloni real fast, brother. Where did you grow up? Were you guys in the same type of school? I know you guys are brothers, right?
Yeah.
But did you guys grow up around each other? Did you guys go to the same schools? Or different schools?
Yeah, so I went to Golden Empire, I went to Einstein, and then I went to Rosemont. So he didn't, he went to school with me at Golden Empire, right?
Yes.
Only for like, it was hella brief though. And then middle school, we didn't have school together, but nigga, my senior year, he was a freshman, bro, and that year was kind of fun. So,
are you older than him? Or?
Yeah, I'm 25. He's 20. You just turned 23.
He turned 23.
Oh, they're like 2 years apart, huh?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. So that would make sense why you guys didn't get middle school together.
Yeah.
So not having, obviously going to, like for you at least, right, Morgan, you know, you having your brother in school with you in elementary school, and then when he goes off to, and actually for both of y'all, and then he goes off to middle school, right? And then you don't see him for going into that middle school transition, you know, like you did when you were in elementary, popping it every day. You guys got to go 2 years without each other until we able to link up again in high school. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, how was that? You know what I mean? Just being able to be around your brother, you know what I mean, in that type of setting. You know, obviously he's a junior, you are a freshman.
Yes.
You know, I felt like it was easy for me when I was younger. My brother, I had a lot of clout at the school that I went to because my brother went there before me. You know what I mean? So I was able to hang out with all the older people as a freshman. You get what I'm saying? They knew me. What's up, brother? You know, it was a different type of feel for me. So how was that when you went to high school and, you know, your brother's already a junior? Did you get that same type of embrace, or what was it?
It was all right. I only had him. He was a senior, so I came in at 2019 freshman year. It was fine. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we hung. You know what I'm saying? I got to hang with his homies. You know, I wasn't one of them annoying little brothers, bro. Like I was chilling. You know what I'm saying? Plus I was playing ball, and his homies knew I played ball, so they would want me to just tag along and just hoop with them or something.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, my freshman year that was a good year, man. It was just fun. You know what I'm saying? So I was chilling, bro. You know.
March Madness game.
Yeah, man. That was fun.
What's up with March Madness?
That shit was fun.
So
bro. This nigga splashed the
basically
winning from fucking deep as fuck.
Basically,
hooping?
Yeah, hooping.
This
so
nigga had a shot.
My JV.
Real quick, let's get the whole story. So tell the story from the beginning. We'll wrap this story right here. Let's get
so basically, my JV coach at the time, he would always host a tournament for anybody that wanted to hoop during lunchtime. So he was on a team. We was playing against his team. It was me against him. So we was hooping. It was a very close game, and it was tied up, and there was like 15 seconds left. Right. So my team, we was just moving the ball. They was playing a zone. So one of his teammates was standing in the post.
Fucking Cedric.
He was on the block, and I was at the 3-point line. I was at the left-handed wing, and they doubled my teammate, and he said game it. So I pulled up from the logo. Like the R logo, there was like these letters. I just shot the ball, bro. I took one dribble, deep three, and he was like 3, 2, 1, all net, nothing but net. But it was packed in there though.
Yeah.
Watching.
And everybody just.
Bro, Cedric, you lost us the game.
And everybody.
Defense playing ass, nigga. I hope you see this.
And everybody just raided the court, bro. And I felt like the man.
Yeah.
In that moment, I was the man.
You know what? I feel like in movies, right? You get moments like that, right? And
it felt like a movie,
bro. And I know you must have felt like hands up, Ali.
I felt like Jordan.
So like I can see why you would continue to love sport. The sport of basketball in that way, especially when you've been celebrated at some type of caliber like that, right?
Yeah, it was good.
Cool, brother. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's what's up. That's a hell of a story right there.
That was a great story.
I remember one time when I was doing track, I was short, you know what I mean, for my age, but I was fast. And I remember at one point we have to go get some teenagers. I was in I was elementary, you know, and but we were good though. Man, relay races, running. This dude's in front of me. My teammate hands me the baton. I'm thinking I can't catch him. I hear the crowd going crazy, screaming for me. I'm just sprinting hard. I know I can get him. We hit that, you come around. We hit that straightaway, right? All of a sudden, bro starts slowing down. I just see I'm inching at him, and I hear the crowd going and going. Hawk this man. You know what I mean? That's how I knew. I was like, I got something in me. You know what I mean? Because when you have moments of greatness like that, you kind of see shadows of yourself. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
Of who you are. You feel what I'm saying?
100%.
That's just hella dope, bro. I'm glad that happened for you in your lifetime.
Yeah.
My soul.
Thank you, bro.
So real quick, we didn't even get into you, Jaeloni. Like, what type of sports, what type of things were you into when you were in school?
So, man, growing up, I would say, growing up, bro, I was a big anime kid, bro. So I always played sports and shit, but I always like anime. I was very nerdy, bro. So nigga, I grew up playing like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, a little bit of Magic the Gathering too, bro. And during that time, bro, especially in middle school, I got bullied for it. I got bullied because I was different. It's not like I was one of those niggas.
And what time was this? Is this high school?
This was middle school. This was middle school. So it's not like I was one of those kids that was like running like Naruto throughout the hallways. Nah, it's just nigga, I didn't look nice. Like I didn't look bummy, but nigga, I look like Steve Urkel.
Yeah.
The dark skin. You see what I'm saying? Baggy
You didn't
jeans.
have all that season like you got now. You feel what I'm saying?
Nigga ain't had no Jordans, no gold chain, none of that, bruh. So niggas used to try and fuck with me and bully me in middle school for that shit, bruh. And I'll never forget, man. I went to because I used to hide at the laboratory and play Yu-Gi-Oh and shit. These niggas used to come looking for me just to roast my ass and shit.
What's wrong with niggas?
Exactly. Yeah, and it was strictly niggas. It wasn't white people. It was niggas, bruh. Yeah. So they would come up in there and look for me. I used to hide under the table. So one of them was waiting for me. I think it was a group of niggas. They was waiting for me outside of the laboratory. I got done dueling a nigga, whooped his ass in Yu-Gi-Oh. Like 3 turns type shit.
Yeah.
Lunch end. This nigga, hey, bro. Nigga, he kept fucking with me. He touched me. I had chocolate milk. You know how you get the little lunch trays?
Yeah.
Smack that bitch ass nigga with the chocolate milk across his chest. Yeah, bro, that nigga.
So what? Well, real quick, because bullying is a real thing, right?
Yeah, it is. It is.
We can teach in this moment. We can educate ourselves, but other people, right?
Yeah.
Leading we're gonna get to the chocolate milk thing, right? And you hitting them. I just don't want to miss this point in the interview. It's important,
right.
Because obviously this was your breaking point, right?
Yeah.
Bro, you keep fucking with me. You know what I mean? I don't know why you guys are bullying me. You get what I'm saying? I don't know why you keep bothering me for being myself. This is something that I enjoy. What's so funny about me liking Yu-Gi-Oh or doing the things that I want to do?
Now I'm gonna tell you about that right now. So since I'm a young black boy, you see what I'm saying? I'm a young black male. We're supposed to be only able to like certain shit. You see what I'm saying? In our community, we're supposed to only, you know what I mean, like sports, rap, kill niggas. You know what I mean? We're supposed to do like strictly a couple things. You ain't supposed to express yourself in no other ways. You can't like rock. You can't like other genres of music. And so when these niggas seen that, that's what caused them to bully me, dude. That's what drawn them to me. You see what I'm saying?
Because they couldn't value your difference. They didn't understand that, I don't have to be, although I'm from the hood, you know what I mean, and I'm from this section, I don't have to, I'm not y'all. You feel what I'm saying? I'm into the things that I'm into. So do you feel like they were bullying you because you weren't into the things that you didn't fit their identity?
Yeah, bro. So they would call me whitewash, bro.
Yeah.
They would call me whitewash. They'd be like, "Oh, you speak proper."
Yeah.
Because I didn't talk with a slang.
Yeah.
I didn't talk with a slang. I always spoke proper, and I was hella studious and smart.
Yeah.
And I never I never sagged my pants back then. Like I never did none of that.
Those guys were like the opposite of you, right? Like
yeah,
like more of like the
these niggas was my bad.
No, go ahead. Like more like the ignorant or whatever.
Yeah, bro. Like that. Like these niggas was like the true definition of a Negro.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like so, these niggas was getting fights. These same niggas, I've seen them getting in fights in school, doing all different shit, smoking after school. Yeah. I'm not tripping off of niggas like smoking weed, but it's just like we hella young, bro. bro. Like, what are we doing this for?
So that day, right, you're minding your business, eating your food, whatever it may be, right? These guys are actively, and then they might not have been searching for you, but then they come across you, and the thought is like, oh, we gonna go fuck with him because we feel like he is weaker enough based off your appearance, right?
Yeah.
So in your mind, so what happened again? Like, he came up to you and smacked the tray, or what?
No, he just kept talking shit, bro, and he touched my shoulder.
Yeah.
So I already was like, hey, nigga, if one of these niggas touch me, I'm going off, nigga. So, nigga, I smacked that nigga with chocolate milk, and then I ran. Because, bro, I knew how to fight, but I ain't fighting multiple niggas at once.
Yeah.
But that nigga was pissed, bro.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Did he try to find you afterwards, or what?
I don't know, bro. All I know is that, nigga, I had to tear up out of there because I smacked that nigga good, bro. I opened the top of the carton. It was the what's that? The cool cow, the cool milk.
Yeah.
That nigga driving with the sunglasses, talking about some. Nigga, I opened the top of that bitch. I was like, all right, bro. Hey, nigga.
But in that moment, right? You know, normally you wouldn't say nothing, right? And this is for all the kids who are getting bullied out there, right? Who don't, at some point, you know, you have to stick up for yourself. You know what I mean? Because if you let people do it and they keep doing it, then they're going to just continue to, you know what I mean?
And it could get worse too, bro.
It could get worse, you know what I mean? Because whatever you allow to happen, it will just continue to happen. So in that moment, I'm proud of you for sticking up for yourself, bro.
Yeah, man.
Not a point test to them, but to yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Hell yeah,
like,
man.
Even though you ran away, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. I probably would have ran too on my soul.
Yeah, there was
That's
like
my first interaction.
Yeah, there's too many niggas, bro.
You gonna feel me? You know?
Yeah, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Next time, just know if you do this shit again,
I'm coming back with some milk, nigga.
It might be orange juice the next time. You know
bro. Yo, God.
That's hella funny, yeah. And we don't fuck with bullies around here.
Bro.
Bullies should get bullied, and I know that for a fact because I run into this dude on the train. Cool dude, you know what I mean? Like, he's hella aggressive, but he's a cool dude. I can feel his spirit. You feel what I'm saying? And he told me, he was like, I'm a bully, so I hate when people bullies. You feel what I'm saying? Like, bullies bully bullies. You feel what I'm saying? They don't like bullies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, stop doing that. You don't got to do that shit, bro, to be cool. You know what I mean? Obviously, I feel like those people who are doing that, and if somebody is watching this video and they are getting bullied, just know those people want to be you. You know what I mean? There's something about you that they wish that they had. Maybe they wish they got good grades or smart, or that they can be themselves, comfortable in their skin. And unfortunately, maybe they wanted to be your friend and
didn't know how to say it, bro. You know what I mean? I would have embraced you, bro. You a brother, nigga.
Yeah.
I would have been embraced y'all niggas, bro. But the way that y'all had to get at me and shit like that is weird. And then I deal with this shit as an adult too, man.
Yeah, that's trauma, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's
so whenever I come across a nigga that moves like that, bro, that shit activates that same shit that I went through when I was younger, bro. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, bro, nah, nigga, like, I'm like, bro, it low key, like, as much as I hate saying this, bro, like, dealing with that type of shit growing up as a young black boy, it made me be a little bit prejudiced towards street niggas and niggas that was from the hood.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It made me want to stay away from that shit and kind of just like either deal with like other black people that was like me. But I grew out of that shit eventually because I understand, like, I started doing research on as to why that shit was like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Systematic shit. You see what I'm saying? And then also I have to understand some people have to grow up. Some people gotta go through some shit. Some niggas gotta some niggas just gotta get like educated, you know what I mean?
But it's still not right, you know what I mean?
Nah, hell no, bro.
Your whatever you're dealing with at home, right? Maybe, you know, they didn't have a lot of support, or like I said, maybe whatever it is that you have, you know, they are taking out their anger or whatever they're feeling onto you. They are projecting that onto you, and that's not fair. You feel what I'm saying? I think as people, we need to do a little bit better at projecting, you know? Like I said, I work on the train, but all day I'm dealing with people's emotions, right? And I've started to notice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you know, Thursday, people be having the shittiest times, right? And, you know, whether it be mad about getting up, going to work the next morning, or mad about maybe their circumstances to not having enough money in that time period, right? Whatever it may be, get into an argument with their spouse, whatever it may be, I'm the first point of contact with them, and they project their feelings onto me, you know what I'm saying? And I'm meeting them for the first time of their day. So sometimes I'm happy and being like, hey, how you doing? And You know what I mean? And
Right.
rubbing their energy off on me, like I'm deserving of that. You feel what I'm saying? But I have to constantly remind myself that it's not me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just they're dealing with something. You know what I mean? And that's so hard for us to do, to have an understanding with people that, okay, this person might be dealing with something. So it's kind of like we're giving them an excuse, right? But I don't want to give them an excuse to think it's okay, because
To treat people like that,
it's
bro.
not okay.
Nah,
you know what
man.
I mean? It's not.
It's not.
Real quick, what about you, Morgan? Did you ever face any like adversities or anything like that growing up? Any bullying? Not even just that, but just like struggles.
Not necessarily, bro. It was predominantly just like in sports or something, you know what I mean? Like in middle school, I wasn't the best at basketball. A lot of people just like call me a bench warmer or something like that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad it happened because that moment, that specific moment, because I remember I tried out for my middle school basketball team. I didn't make the team.
Yeah.
I was a replacement for somebody who got kicked off the team. So I didn't get that much playing time. So this was 7th grade. That moment right there, a lot of people thought I was gonna quit. I don't quit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I didn't make the team, I ran home. I ran home in tears, bro. I was so disappointed. Like, man, I didn't make it. But when I found out I didn't make it, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna work on my game for next year.
Yeah.
But the coach at the time, who's a mentor to me, by the way, he gave me another opportunity. Like, hey man, just come play with us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he gave me this contract and he was like, sign this. You start tomorrow, the next evening. So I'm like, all right. But I didn't get no minutes. You know what I mean? Was I mad? Nah, I wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? But that moment right there made me the person who I am today, because that's when the whole work ethic thing started.
Yeah.
Because that needed to happen.
You needed, like, you not being able to play, but also too, and I want to touch up on this too. This is very important, you know what I mean? Especially for younger kids, teenagers, even adults, you know, trusting the process, right? There's steps in this shit. You know, even though Morgan's not playing, you know what I mean? You wasn't playing. You got an opportunity to study, you know what I mean? The game, you know what I mean? How people play. Even though you're on the bench, pay attention. You feel what I'm saying? Also, too, I like how you just said that was the start of it, because it lit a fire under you. It gave you a reason as to, okay, like, I got to grind my ass off so I can, you know what I mean? I can get on the court. You get what I'm saying? And we need that. The fact that you're on the bench alone should be great enough. You know what I mean? Real quick, I had a situation when I was younger at San Brandon, right? First time being a 7th grader. I love sports growing up. I love basketball, you know, but these guys, they played AAU, you know what I mean? I'm stepping into a whole nother bracket of kids, you get what I'm saying, that are experienced in this sport. I remember we were at tryouts, and I forget his name. Oh, Tyree. Shout out to my nigga Tyree, because me and Tyree are hella cool. But there was this guy named Angel Carrera, right? He had fucking hearing aids. He's like, they're all talking, yeah, I'm gonna make the team, and you know, we all would play. These guys were raw. They don't know me from a lick of can. You know what I mean? I'm the new guy on the block. Where you play? I lie. I'm like, bro, I play AAU for him. Angel exposed me. No, you didn't. Tyrese exposed me. Tyree like, nah, nigga. Like, I know this team. I play for them, and that was just my way, because you know, it was like coping, right? Trying to fit in with them. You know, I didn't know nothing about it. I just knew I could hoop, but I wanted to fit in with them to be like, yeah, I played. That was the only way. Like, what's my resume? Nobody knew I could play. You know, we end up doing the tryouts and stuff like that, and surprisingly, you know, because they were laughing at me, you know what I mean, because I lied or whatever, you know, and said that I was on the AU team, you know, they obviously thought I was a buster. They thought I couldn't play. I actually end up making the team, and they didn't, you know what I mean? No, not saying that they wasn't raw. Yeah. These niggas, Tyrese be busting my ass as an adult. I can say he's probably one of the top people, like I said, that is hella good, that's actually giving me work. You feel what I'm saying? Even when I was in my prime playing hooping, he was giving me work. But they didn't make the team. Angel didn't make the team. And these guys were good. They were predominantly good. So it always struck me like, well, what's the quality that this person seen in me? You know what I mean? Like your coach, he seen a quality in you.
Yes.
And I didn't play. I had no minutes. I was on the bench with Ryan and my nigga Elijah. You know what I mean? Like we was riding the bench and San Brandon 7th grade, watching the games. You feel me? But we soaked up so much knowledge, you know what I mean, being there, you feel what I'm saying? So I just say that, you know, just to let somebody know, like, you never know how that outcome gonna go. You know, there might be niggas that's raw, you know what I mean, but they might not make the team. You might make the team based off of how hard you're working. The coach want to see are you sprinting, you know what I mean, hard enough? Are you going for the rebounds? Are you listening, you know what I mean? Are you complaining, you know what I mean, in practices? And I think that was really like one of the only reasons why I probably made that team, is because I outworked everybody. You feel what I'm saying? If you outwork somebody, bro, that's gonna beat anything, you know what I mean? That's gonna beat the talent, whatever, you know? And coach gonna see it, you know what I mean? Because a nigga with a bad attitude, you know what I mean, he up out of here. You get what I'm saying? We want this dude who's coachable, you know what I'm saying? We gonna invest in him, you know what I mean? So for any young person trying to get into sports, don't feel discouraged, or, you know, get into anything that they want to do. Don't feel discouraged. Trust the process, and know that there's reasons for why things are happening, you know what I mean? And they're playing out the way that they're playing out.
Correct. Yeah. And with my coach, the main reason why he put me back on the team was because, for one, I mean, he tells me this today. He kept me on the team due to my character. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I had good grades, but it was my character that caught his eye, you know what I'm saying? He known me since I was like 12, since I was like in like the 5th, 6th grade, you know what I mean? So he was the coach at Einstein, but he told me, he kept me on that team because of my character. So at the time, I didn't understand why I didn't get no minutes, but the older now I understand, you know what I'm saying? Because your attitude in the classroom takes you far, especially in sports. There be a lot of raw athletes out here. Yeah, that's cool. You could be raw. You could be the star, but your grades are slipping. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, during playoff season in high school, there were, you know how many kids got kicked off the team because of their grades? Yeah. They was raw, but they had like 1.8s.
It's you want to know something crazy that I'm sitting here watching right now? We have two different brothers, right? Or we have literally two different brothers. We have a brother who is a sports brother, right? And then we have a brother who likes anime, anime, card games, you get what I'm saying, plays video games and stuff like that, right? But you guys do the same thing. You guys are content creators. Can you guys tell me something that all content creators might share? Because you're something that you guys, although you guys do different things in life, right? And there's times where you guys are not even working together, you know what I mean? Morgan, you're in school, you know what I mean? You're doing your thing, Jaeloni, you're working and stuff like that, right? But there's something that content creators share. What do you think that is?
You can answer. You go first.
Yeah, I'll go first, bro. I'll say like true creativity. If you're like a real deal content creator, creativity, authenticity, you can't go far without that shit. Everything got to be organic. And also, like, a lot of your big ones that are really doing well, they get their power and their abilities from like the Most High. That's literally like that's literally it. That's kind of like the major stepping stone. Most High, true creativity. Oh, and also I would say discipline too. That's another one. I'm gonna give it to Morgan.
Here's how I look at it. I look at content creation as a form of showmanship. Because I study music grades. I study Michael Jackson and I study James Brown. Those are true showmen, and they're creative. Yeah. They have the crowd in the palm of their hand. So the way I look at it, how can I not necessarily be like them, but how can I take some of their nuggets that they do on the stage? How can I put that on camera? You know what I'm saying? Because everything's digital nowadays. You know what I mean? Like, I look at it as like showmanship, and I look at when I make videos, I call them studio sessions. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everything I do is studio sessions. It's no different than an artist making a tape, making an album. It's all the same thing. Yeah. Just a different form of creativity. I look at content and showmanship. That's how I go about it. That's my mind.
That's interesting. You know, you said something important too, right? The art of emulating. You get what I'm saying? Studying the master before you. You get what I'm saying? You're a student and you're studying Michael Jackson, James Brown. You said, right?
Yes.
True showmans. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Although they weren't content creators, they were the best at creating. You get what I'm saying? And drawing people in. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that's important. You know, for young people to learn, and also even older people, right, whoever's watching this, to know, like, sometimes you might have to do a little research. You get what I'm saying? But also do your research on, like, you know, I idolize Nipsey, right? You get what I'm saying? But that don't mean I'm Nipsey. I'm just taking some of the wisdom and some of the work ethic and things that he said and applying them to my field. You feel what I'm saying? So I can progress. So that's dope, bro. That says a lot about you.
Be a scientist. You got to be a scientist and dissect. You study the greats and you become greater in your own way, though. You know, the goal is not to just, you don't want to be just like them. You want to be the greatest version of yourself, but be a scientist while you study these people.
Okay, real quick. So you guys have been content creators for a while now. You know, you said 8 years and 4 years yourself, right? You know, let's talk about the money part of it now. You know what I mean? Now that the money is here, you feel what I'm saying? Have you guys start touching any money? I don't know who wants to go first, but you know what I mean? How's that journey going?
Yeah.
You've been giving it away for free. Are you making money off of it now?
Yes,
Okay.
I am. Yes, I am.
So let's give us some of the game, brother. What platform do you use?
So
how do you make money?
I monetize off of Facebook. I didn't get how TikTok works yet. You know what I mean? I don't know nothing about TikTok. No YouTube. Everything's on Facebook. Facebook where the money at, though. Facts.
Give us the game. Like, I mean, obviously there is no gatekeeping. You know what I mean? Obviously, this is why we have the platform. You know, we want the wisdom. We want somebody to be able to follow the blueprints like you. And honestly, too, sometimes people get started in things, and the number one failure is because they get discouraged. Right in the beginning, they don't see the results. They don't see, you know, because they're not getting the results they want right now instantaneously, because we live in an instantaneous world.
Yes.
That they end up giving up on themselves. But you kept going. There was a point in time where Morgan wasn't making money. There was a point in time where Jaeloni wasn't making money. How important is it to just keep pushing through that time and knowing that you're gonna make that? You get what I'm saying? And obviously too, like, we're gonna get into it, but how are you making money off of Facebook? Can you break that game down?
Yeah, so basically how I started is you have to apply for the creator program. It's literally on Facebook, but you have to switch your account into professional mode. You know what I'm saying? And you have to have a certain amount of followers. I believe it's about 10K or I think 1K, something like that. And you have to apply, and I think the people that review it, they have to look at, because you have to connect your Instagram to your Facebook, because Meta is bought by Instagram. They own all that. They own Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
So they review all that, and if you apply, and you have to, the process is long. It's probably like 3 to 6 months. It took me 3 to 6 months, but I kept posting. You know what I'm saying? But it's not about the money. To start, you have to be passionate about what you do, because if you do it for the money and you getting low views, I'm gonna quit. I just gotta be a passion. The money just come with it. You know what I mean? So you have to do it as a passion first before you even start getting paid. So you got to be consistent with it. If you really love what you do, this has to be a passion. And then the money, that just comes, that's just the accolades, man. It's like signing up for a membership.
It's going to
surplus, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You know that's coming, but you just don't know when it's coming.
You got to have faith. It all starts with faith. You know what I mean? So passion, and then you'll get the bread.
I love that, because I read this thing in a book one time, right? And it said that, God is going to deliver for us, right? But imagine how it would be if God was like, look, on this day, this is when you're going to get this blessing, right? You would not work hard in your life. You know what I mean? You wouldn't develop those type of characteristics, because you just let shit happen, because at the end of the day, you know, at this day and this time, this blessing is going to occur. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
The opposite happens for us, right? We don't know when our blessing is going to come, right? So we get to work hard. We get to develop these habits, these skills. You get what I'm saying? And along the way, that's when the blessing happens. That's just how it is. You get what I'm saying? So trust the process on it, for surely. So you said Facebook is the thing that's making you money.
Yes.
You need at least 10K followers. How much money have you touched so far off a video? And then how many views did you need on that video to get that amount of money?
I remember I made 2 bands in a month. in a month, and that video generated approximately 10 million views.
Was it off of one video, or was it like 2,000 over across of different videos?
It was 2,000 over across different videos, but that one video, that's what really got me that 2 bands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, you just, and it goes based off of views too. It's kind of like YouTube. You get paid off of views.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that Facebook does that, but yeah, that's how you do it. You got to be consistent though.
Okay,
you
so
know what I mean?
That's the YouTube side of things. So what about you, Jaeloni? Like, what do you use YouTube as a platform? What platform are you using? Are you making money right now?
Yeah, so I'm making money off of TikTok. YouTube right now, I was posting on YouTube. I got hit with a strike for an old vid. It wasn't even that crazy. They just decided to be like, hey, nigga, fuck you. But I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. TikTok is like my main bread and butter right now. So last month I made a vid with Morgan. It was me and Morgan and Zacchaeus, and that shit did mad numbers. I was already getting paid before, but nigga, I made like at least like 900 something.
Damn.
Like the first time it dropped, and then as time went over and over, like as time passed, that motherfucker hit like a rack, nigga. And I was just like, damn. And then I started making more videos that went semi-viral that were doing like 100K, 200K. Now I'm sitting at a rack at 500. I'm like, nigga, what's this? What's this? So I'm really, nigga, I'm feeling powerful, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm feeling hella powerful. But it's just like, so I'm gonna put niggas on game with the TikTok shit right now. So in order to make money on TikTok, you have to have at least 10K followers for the creator program on TikTok. And you have to have at least 100K views within the last 30 days. And your videos have to be at least 1 minute long. And it has to be high quality. It has to be good. It can't be no bullshit. It can't be brain rot. So as I've been doing videos and shit, I'm getting better at crafting stories and all that to even hit the minute mark. But I've been doing minute videos for so long anyway.
Yeah.
And like I said, it like he said, it's our passion. Like we're gonna get paid off of this shit whether or not like they like it. You see what I'm saying?
I think that's cool. So who was making money first? Was it, or did you guys start making at the same time?
Nah, it was this nigga.
So that's cool. So, and you guys were obviously making content at the same time.
Yeah,
we started making money, right?
Yeah.
So once you seen Morgan touch his first couple dollars.
Oh yeah, that shit. I was like, nigga, I gotta go up.
On me.
That shit, bro. I was like, yeah, this shit's possible. I'm like, this nigga, you gonna tell me this nigga right here? You gonna tell me this nigga right here making money and I can't make money?
Yeah. He said,
nigga, you gonna tell? Nah, nigga, give it to me, nigga. You gonna give me that shit, nigga? Like, nah, bro. There's no way. But it's like he said, it's not about the money. We've been doing this shit for years, man. We've been funny. We've both been funny, nigga. We be like, especially when I be acting like the slow niggas, man.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? But real quick, so obviously we know that you guys were both touching money, you know what I mean? Morgan touched money before you.
Yeah.
But how long were you in content creating before you touched money, Morgan?
Oh yeah, let me pass it to you.
I was doing this for 8 years. 8 years,
and
bro.
in 8 years, that's when you start touching the money?
It took a minute, bro. You know what I'm saying? I made a deal. I made an investment with myself at 16. I literally sat myself down. I talked to God. I said, hey, I want to do this. What do I got to do? And I just said, we just got to just pick up and film.
Yeah.
Just film.
Nigga, cultivate a
But it takes time. That's what people don't understand. It takes time. You're not gonna get paid off of one day. That statistic is very low, bro. Yeah. To be an overnight sensation, it takes years, bro.
Yeah.
So you have to invest that. That's a great investment though. But you gotta really you have to do it for the love of the game first.
Yeah, fall in love with it. Don't have the money be an attachment.
Cause once you doing it for the money, you ain't gonna last long.
I got something I want to say too, bro. Like, nigga, I suffered for this shit. I suffered. Do you know how many times I done got reported? I done got spam reported, almost lost my accounts, all that, especially on TikTok. I used to not fuck with TikTok, bro. Like, before I was fucking with Instagram like that, I used to not fuck with TikTok. I would post skits on TikTok. It would get removed. The sound would get removed. All that. I didn't post on TikTok for 2 years.
Damn.
My cousin Toby, shout out to Toby, nigga. I love you, dude. For real. He told me, hey, man, he was like, I don't give a fuck, Madigan. post on TikTok. Nigga, I started posting on TikTok in January, February. I had 5,000 followers.
That's crazy.
Nigga, fast forward to now. Only a couple months later, I'm sitting at 53 point something K.
Damn. That's remarkable. That's a lot.
You see what I'm saying? Over time, like just over that little amount of time, I'm halfway up from 100K.
Yeah, and I see that you guys do. You know, you guys been networking and stuff like that, right? When did you guys? You know, obviously, because when you first start, right? Obviously, you're doing skits on your own, whatever. When did you guys start venturing off into networking with people? You know what I mean? Obviously, actually, when did you guys start doing skits? You know what I mean? Like when did y'all start that?
Oh shit!
Together.
That's 2022. The first skit that I remember that me and Morgan ever did. It would have to be we started off with Sacramento content like NorCal, Sac nigga content, all that. I would have to say the GTA. And then hella niggas started biting off of that shit and trying to ride our wave like it was their own.
Yeah, so how did you adjust when y'all seen people riding their own? Like, did you guys move different lanes? How did you open up different avenues?
Oh shit, that is a really good question. We started switching to like general content. And the person that told us to do this was Zacchaeus, bruh. He told me straight up, he was like, you don't want to put yourself in a box. You don't want to do that. And he was like, he didn't say stop making sad content, but he was just like, don't put yourself in a box. And when we did that, and then after we did that and I started posting, I got reported again. I took a little break from content. I took a 3-month break. And then, nigga, we came back and dropped that old black man shit. Nigga.
What's that?
It was on the cracking.
Booger Sugar Jones?
Nah, this is before the Booger Sugar Jones. This is 2023. We dropped that old black man skit. Nigga, it was up. It was up. We went to ATL and all that. Like, bro, that shit, bro. That year had to be like our prime year.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah. That's interesting, man. That's hella cool. You know, I wanted to touch up on like the networking side of it, right? The business of that. Like I see you guys networking with, you know, like it says Zacchaeus, right? That's a big content creator out here, almost 500,000 followers.
That's my guy
on Instagram. How has that process been? You know, just linking up with him. How did y'all get in contact with him? Or did you guys know him before, you know, the fame, or how did you guys get in contact with him and to start doing skits? And then we'll go there.
Okay, so I didn't know Zacchaeus at first, bro. So somebody sent me a post that he had on his page. It was the Spiders versus Grasshoppers short film. And they was just like, hey, Madigan, y'all would be a good, you know what I mean, choice for this. I would take this opportunity. And I seen that post. I put it on my page and I was like, hey, y'all tag me and Morgan in the comments. Nigga hit us up. We ended up going out and do that short film. And then ever since then, we've been locked in with Zacchaeus for multiple skits.
Yeah, that's interesting. How important is it to listen to your audience? You get what I'm saying? As far as like the content that you're creating, you know, what if some people are like, oh, we don't want you to do these skits no more? Or, you know, are you listening to them, or you know how you?
If you ain't even this is how I look at it, bruh. Nigga, if you ain't in the field with us and you ain't sitting down and actually sitting with us and seeing what we do and seeing what we cultivate, nigga, you need to shut your ass up.
Yeah, you ain't got no opinion.
Yeah, you ain't got no opinion. You have to be with us. You have to sit down with us and see how we do shit before you can even say anything, bruh. You see what I'm saying? Unless you're another like really big content creator that knows what he's talking about. You see what I'm saying? And I'm inspired by you. I'ma listen. But if you ain't doing nothing, you ain't supporting me and my brother, or you just a random man, we ain't listening to none of that, bro.
Yeah.
Opinion don't matter.
So I seen that you guys just recently went to DreamCon, I believe it was called.
Yes, sir.
This was in Houston, right?
Yeah.
That's dope, but I ain't gonna lie. I've always wanted to go to one of them anime shows, and it seems like a lot more people are, coming out and going to these anime events. You know what I mean? They look dope as fuck. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, they look hella fun. I need to go to one. But y'all ran into Sauce Walker there. That's crazy. Let's talk about that. How was it meeting Sauce? You know, that's big.
He was kind of like in his own world because he was doing a stream while he was at DreamCon, and I was dressed up as if niggas know from Dragon Ball Super, I was dressed up as Goku Black, and at first like it was just a huge crowd of people. Right as soon as that nigga touched down, like literally the tier of the beauty tier of women literally skyrocket. I'm like, where the fuck all these big booty bad bitches coming from? I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then he was just like doing his own thing with the nunchucks and shit. I'm Sauce Goku and shit. And I was with one of his openers. Shout out to Hitman. I fuck with you, dude. You my guy. That nigga got me in to take a picture with Sauce Walker and talk to him for like a split second, you know. And we was talking like shooting shit about Dragon Ball slightly, bruh.
But that's cool though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least you got that opportunity to, or somebody, you knew somebody through networking, right? You get what I'm saying? That gave you access to do that, because without that, you wouldn't have been able to even get a brief moment.
Hell no, man.
So yeah, shout out to networking, you know what I mean? That's super important, you know what I mean, in life, you get what I'm saying? Yeah, I always thought that it's what I know. You know, I read all, you know, you see these books right there, I read a lot, you get what I'm saying? But as I kept reading, I started to realize how dumb I was, because it's not about what I know, it's about
who you know.
And also too, it doesn't matter how much I know, it's about the knowledge that I'm applying. You feel what I'm saying? So no matter what, I still gotta know some motherfuckers to help me get into these doors. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, that's pretty dope, brother. I ain't gonna lie to you. I want to talk about like you know, just obviously being a content creator, you have to juggle life, right? You know what I mean? You have to balance it out, work, school. Like I said, Jaeloni, I know you go to work and you do your thing, right? 9 to 5, and most people talk about, you know, being at work and trying to be a content creator and putting that down, right? That's something that you're currently trying to do. But Morgan, you go to school, you're in college, you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
You're trying to get a degree,
a BA in mass communication.
you feel what I'm saying? So you have that going on, right? And that's very important, the education side, on top of your dream being a content creator. How do you balance your life? Like, how do you set yourself up for success and you have 2 different lifestyles going on?
Yeah, so for one, praise to God. He keeps me centered all the time, you know what I'm saying? So that keeps me grounded, for one. God's always number 1 in my life, you know what I mean? And 2 is the importance of time management. And I developed time management when I was going to community college. Shout out to Folsom Lake College. You know what I mean? I had a great time there, great 2 years. I just learned how to, and it was all self-taught, how to just manage my time. It was hard at first, but I got used to it. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that I was able to stay out here first and develop that foundation before I moved to LA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was time management, for one. And when I go to school out in LA, I make sure to get all my work done about 4 or 5 days early, so I could have the remaining other couple of days to drop videos. Because I'm gonna put my education first before I even start messing with content. Because I'm out in college for college only. That's what I'm out there for. It ain't time to have fun. I ain't what I'm there for. I'm there to handle business. Business first before I even get to what I gotta get to. So I handle my studies. I take my notes. Watch the videos, whatever. Knock out the work. Boom, that's cool, done. Now I get to do this. All time management, bro. So I make sure all that's taken care of.
But you know, I read this book, right, by Jonah Berger. It was called The Invisible Influence. And people are influenced all the time by other people. You being in college, right, you're becoming a man, you're becoming a young adult. Actually, you are an adult, right?
Yes.
You have to make these real-time decisions for yourself, like not getting distracted by the parties, you get what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Have you ever, like, withered, like been influenced, you know what I mean, to break that program that you're on, you know what I mean? And if you haven't, how have you been able to stay disciplined to not get into, you know what I mean, those type of traps, like get the work done before you know, do what you gotta do?
So I mean, I've been to parties in college, and every time I go, I just look around, I'm like, I mean, I'm not missing out on anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. Everybody drinking. I don't drink like that. I don't smoke. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like, man, I'll just go for like night out or something. I don't have nothing else better to do. You know what I mean? Just for the love of the game. But it's just like, just growing up, that just wasn't my thing. I never partied. Everything was just strictly just sports and going to the house. You know what I mean? Like, nobody invited me to parties. Nobody told me to do anything. So, and like I said, God, I just pray a lot, bro. And in the back of my head, when I know something ain't right, I ain't gonna go. I'm gonna just stay here and record.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. the biggest thing that, you know, we like to ask people on this podcast, right? And I know it's both of you. I know you guys are both going to have two different answers, but what do you guys think, you know, the top 3 things wisdom-wise that you can give to the youth that, you know, going to college, maybe in work, and they're trying to be content creators, right? You know, and occupy this space. What are 3 things wisdom-wise that you can give to them? You know what I mean? Let's start with you, Morgan.
For one, I would say utilize, there's nothing wrong with education, you know what I'm saying? If you want to go to school, go to school. But I would say if you are going to go to school, pick a degree that resonates with your hobbies. So do that, because like it's free game at the end of the day. You shouldn't look at, to me, you shouldn't look at school like, oh man, I'm going to school. Nah, look at it as like a networking. Yeah. Networking school. You can network anywhere. Go to school, you know what I mean? If you want to, you know, that's a good investment to me, it is. 2, have a lot of patience. You gotta be patient. You know what I mean? Like really work on your patience. And the third one is to be yourself and believe in yourself. You know what I mean? Be your biggest fan. Like, believe in yourself. Mm-hmm. If the whole world, I don't care if the whole world against you, believe in yourself. Yeah. Believe in yourself. Yeah, that's what I would give them.
Yeah, that's like one of the most important things. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then how about yourself, Jaeloni? Like, what do you think, you know, 3 things wisdom-wise that you can give to the youth, you know, that thinks that is important, you know what I mean, that's trying to transition from work, you get what I'm saying, and to being a content creator, doing both, you get what I'm saying? Like, what do you think 3 things that you can give to the youth?
I got you. So number 1, if you work at a 9 to 5 and you doing this content creator shit, use the leftover money after paying bills or whatever. Use that money to fuel what you got going on, bro. Use that money to fuel what you got going on, bro. Milk your 9 to 5. Work your ass off at that 9 to 5 and then come home and get busy. Invest in equipment, invest in everything, bro. Because I did that. That's the main reason why I'm able to stream for y'all. If it wasn't for my 9 to 5, I wouldn't have nothing to stream with. I wouldn't have no camera, I wouldn't have no mic. Invest. Number 2, watch the people that surround you, my nigga. Them niggas could sabotage your whole shit. I done experienced a lot of shit in life, bro, to where niggas somehow get away to infiltrate or to make you feel bad about yourself, man. Or to try and get you to give up, quit, speak. They don't speak life into you, bro. Have people around you that speak life into you. 3, love what you do, man. Whatever it is, love what you do. Trust in that shit. Trust in God, man. Make sure you always got your head straight, too, when you're doing it, bruh. If you need a break from life and from whatever you doing, take that break. Don't fuck yourself up. Don't burn out, bro. Mm-hmm. I'm serious, bro. That's my 3.
Okay. Well, yeah, y'all heard it first, man. Real quick, before we wrap up the interview, I do want to tell you guys thank you for coming on here and sharing your story. You know, I know time is very important. So with all my guests, I like to tell everybody, like, thank you, you know, for even just being here. You guys are playing a pivotal role in building something that we're trying to accomplish here for Sacramento. You know, we're very much in the beginning, and I don't think about the money, just like you guys said, right? I do this because I love the journalism that comes out of it. I love exercising the 4th habit in one of the books I read, and it's seeking to understand rather than to be understood. You get what I'm saying? Putting myself in you guys' positions, learning from you guys. I learned a lot of tips, you get what I'm saying, from you guys. Now I know how to get the money out of Facebook, you feel what I'm saying? I know I got the blueprint. I know what I have to do. And if obviously on TikTok, I know what I got to do, and then I can utilize both of those and make money on, you know what I mean, on both of those platforms. You feel me? So I just want to say thank you guys for you know, stopping by, giving the community the game, you get what I'm saying, and the sauce. And is there anything else that you guys want to say? Any leftover messages, anything you guys want to get off your chest before we wrap up the podcast?
I do. I just want to say to all my supporters and all the people that I've networked with that I still love y'all. I love every single one of y'all. I am grateful. I am so grateful for the experience that y'all niggas gave me, bro. I love every single one of you. If it wasn't for you niggas, I would not be here, man. I would not be here, bro. From the bottom of my heart, I mean that shit, bro.
Awesome. All the supporters that's watching this, I appreciate you guys. new material coming soon from myself. I'm gonna keep dropping, and I'm not gonna stop. You know what I mean? So, and all praise to God. God is good.
God is good.